And we're back with our law enforcement guests, Matthew Fogg and Leigh Maddox. Where did we leave things off? We just had such a spirited discussion. Leigh was in the middle of dropping some science again.
Well, being rough and tough.
Yeah, oh, that's right. That was off camera, yeah.
Right, and I mean, the thing is, you know, with all of that going on in law enforcement, we to be honest with you, 50% of your, or I'd say 75% of the time is not, you're going to be out in the situations like that. You see Law and Order and all these police stories on TV.
Yeah.
And there are things that we do administratively, stuff we got to get done, investigations and all that. But then there comes a time where you are actually out there dealing with the public, or you may have to chase somebody, or you may have to restrain someone. All the things that we talked about happen in Ferguson. It's just that what we're saying is when those things happen, what goes through my mind to make you such a threat that I need to shoot you, kill you, if you got a knife in your hand? Or we get similar training when it comes down to what is called imminent danger.
Yes.
What is the threat? Is the threat a threat that I need to use deadly force? So once we understand that, but there's a lot of discretion in that.
Yeah.
What make me fire my weapon as opposed to what made Leigh fire her weapon. So again, getting back to that, why are we finding though over and over again, it seems like these threats are people of color, and we hear around the country, not just here, and then now we're seeing it on video, and still people are coming up, the system is coming up with justifications.
Because, you know, I think about Eric Garner in New York and what happened in Ferguson, and then this incident in Los Angeles. Nothing really involved drugs. You know, everybody's dead, everybody's gone, unfortunately, but these instances didn't involve drugs.
Right.
So, go ahead.
They may not directly involve drugs, but the reason that there's so much distrust between the community and the police, and the reason why we can't manage these conflicts when they bubble up, is because of what we have done to generations of poor people in this country, all in the name of a drug-free America.
Tell me, as constituents of a constituent of law enforcement, what do I need to do to make sure I'm helping you do your job and that I am comporting myself appropriately? Because over and over again, I hear the same thing. The person had their hands up. Well, that's something I would do. If I'm in my car, I put my hands on the wheel. I say, sir, my identification is in my purse. Is it okay if I get, I mean, tell me what to do. Tell me, what do citizens need to do? Oh, they need to not be black. Oh, they need to not be Hispanic. Unfortunately, that's the way it seems to go. How can we change this? Really, how can we change this? Back to what you said at the beginning, you can't really change what is in someone's heart.
Right.
So what I'm looking for is a change in law enforcement.
Right.
And that will take, like the guy who was a jerk in Ferguson, Missouri, and who went on that rant about hating everyone and, you know, don't get in front of my gun, get right there, I'm going to shoot you. Well, yes, he just retired with benefits, so he's all good. He got his big retirement, and he was able to talk about everybody like they had 10 tails on him, and okay, he got a little bit of press, but he doesn't care.
Right.
He's proud. He's loud and proud. Loud, white, and proud.
Right.
And just a menace. And I'm sure if you looked at his record, talked to anybody who knew him, he was just abusive. Right. It's the abusiveness. I can't change the color of my skin. So something has got to change with respect to how law enforcement deals with people who look like me and you.
Well, a lot of it's going to be about just what happened in Ferguson. It's got to be civil. People are going to be protesting. People have to come out. The dialogue has to go on the way it's going on today in America. We can't let that dialogue die. We have to constantly talk about it. We got to start looking at departments, seeing where other incidents, having people to call in if you've ever been put in a chokehold, if you've ever been beaten down by police, who did it. It's almost like we have to start a full-scale national investigation on these things. The war on drugs, we have to end this craziness because it leads to a lot of race and discretion and who goes to jail, who fills up the prisons and all that. So we end it. And it's really not the right policy anyway when we look at the fact that it's a health issue instead of a law enforcement issue. So things like that, end the war on drugs, have body cameras, have civilian review boards, have situations where officers can have protection if they blow the whistle on any internal matters. These are all the things that they have to do.
Stop accepting military equipment that you don't
Right.
have the infrastructure to support, maintain, and train.
Okay, well, I blame the federal government for that. Stop sending military equipment to small towns like I'm from. Okay, we'll be right back. Stay with us.